this transition from MMA being the biggest sport to now this boxing kind of mixture of MMA fighters versus boxing, and Jake Paul being kind of the center of it. What's your take on that with his fights and this transition, and Vitor Belfort jumping in and Anderson Silva jumping in and all this kind of stuff? What's your take on this whole thing?
You know, it's interesting because I talked to Jake about this, like, I don't know, man, maybe like 2 years ago. When he first called out Conor, I hit him up and I was like, man, because I knew what he was doing. I saw what he was doing. I'm like, okay, like, you're making yourself the bad guy. You're getting everybody to hate you. You know, he took a big gamble, dude. Like, a lot of people, they like see it on the outside. They don't see all the fucking angles. Like, he, you know, like, yeah, he's done some dumb shit, whatever. He's a fucking kid, dude. Like, I can't count the number of dumb shit that I did. Like, I can't even imagine have the spotlight on me that he has when I was that age.
Yeah.
Like, I would look like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Right? But like, and yeah, he's done some shit that's made him look like a fucking idiot, but he's young, dude. But like, he put his balls in the line. And, you know, I'm not like some fucking huge Jake Paul fan or anything, but like, dude, he went all in. Like, he put his balls on the line, because if he had lost those fights, and granted, like, some of those fights were fucking TF fights, but like, those are real guys.
The Tyron fight, I was really surprised that he took that fight.
You know, but even
that was a big risk.
Yeah, like the basketball player, whatever. That's kind of a fucking joke. But, you know, Ben Askren, people talk shit, whatever, but he's still a fucking tough motherfucker. Mm-hmm. You know, like, yeah, he's not
an Olympian.
He's not a predominantly striker, but this guy's been fighting for a living his whole life. That's what he does. Like, he's an Olympian. He's fucking, you know, like, yeah, he didn't show up in great shape, but like, this is a fucking legit athlete, you know, and this is a guy that's been hit by the fucking hardest fucking punching guys. Like, he's, you know, he's got his stripes, dude. And so, you know, yeah, it was, you know, it wasn't like a super tough, but he's also a fucking YouTuber, dude. Like, he's not a guy that like grew up getting punched in the face.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know, man. I see what he's doing. He's fucking making money, you know, like, he's given a lot of these fighters their biggest paydays. So I mean, I think it's impressive. I think what he's done, I mean, we'll see where he goes with it, but I mean, look what his brother did. I mean, his brother made a fucking crazy amount of money.
Yeah.
You know, like, I think those fights to a lot of people are more interesting than like the best guy this week in fucking, you know, boxing or MMA or whatever, because unless it's like somebody that's been, you know, at the top for a long time, like when Anderson Silva fights a guy that could beat Anderson Silva, that's like, okay, I'm going to tune in for that motherfucker, right? But I'm also going to tune in when fucking Conor fights Floyd.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, those things.
It's entertaining for sure.
It's fucking entertaining.
It's entertaining for sure.
What Conor should have done is he should have come in at like fucking 190 and fought Floyd.
Yeah.
That's what he should have done. You know what I mean? Like, that should have been the second fight that they did. Because you got to give people like, oh, but he's bigger, but this, but that. You know, let people fucking talk about it and generate interest and hype. And it's like, those fights are interesting, you know, because you don't know. You don't know what's going to happen. Like, Logan Paul was like fucking, what, 6'3", fucking 200
Big
pounds,
guy.
you know? So, like,
Big guy.
Everybody thought Floyd was going to win, but, like, he's also, like, knockout weight, you know? Like, I think if he was as good a boxer as Jake, you know, fucking who knows? Like, I think Jake versus Floyd, I think Floyd would still fucking win. Like, I think it'd win pretty fucking easy, but, you know, it's still, I think it'd be an interesting fight. Like, I'd watch it. Let's put it that way. And so, like, that's really what they've figured out. It's like, what are people going to watch? I mean, look at the WWE. I mean, it's like the fucking biggest joke ever, right? Like, it's all like choreographed nonsense. But people watch it, and they make a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
All those guys make more money than the MMA fighters. And the MMA fighters could fucking walk out with brain damage, could fucking either snapping their fucking legs in half. Like, they're fighting for real, dude. And they're fighting in a cage, and it's, you know, and they got all the fucking eyes on them. And they're taking big risks, and they're not really walking away with a lot of fucking money. And then you got, you know, guys at the fucking WWE. Granted, that sport's not, you know, it's like kind of a joke. I mean, it's all choreographed, but they can still fucking get hurt. And they're doing some shit that definitely does hurt. But it's choreographed. Like, it's not real fighting. So, you know, and they're making way more money. So it's like, this is kind of like a hybrid of that to me. And I think it's smart. I think, like, people want to see celebrities fight. Like, I would have watched fucking 50 Cent and Floyd get in the ring. Like, you know, 50 Cent's gonna get fucked up, but I'd watch it. Like, I don't care. Like, it'd be interesting, you know. And it just like it'd be interesting if fucking MGK and MMM decided to fucking throw gloves on and get in there. You know, like,
I think Justin Bieber called out Tom Cruise. That'd be an interesting one too.
I would watch it. I would watch all of them.
I'd love to watch.
You know what I'm
that,
saying? Like, because you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You never know. And a lot of those fights, like you've watched the smoker fights, like with amateurs. Those are fucking a lot of times way more fucking interesting. Because
usually
guys,
the first that connects goes down.
Yeah, guys will show up in there and either fucking massively overperform or massively underperform. But it's like it's always entertaining.
Yeah.
And I think that at the end of the day is what it's all about, right? Is entertainment.
Yep. Absolutely.